What's up, booze? What it do? What it do? Hey, 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 I am your girl, a.Nichole. And today I am beginning my teaching series of bonus videos for the members of my YouTube membership, the Boo Crew. I wanted to start doing life skills, spiritual life skill um, teachings, videos, spiritual health, transitioning, transforming, spiritual advising, just all of those things, kind of giving you all a personalized or just a more intensive mentorship or classes for you all as you open up your spiritual door, okay, and as you really start to ascend, okay. I wanted to start putting teachings. I teach a lot in my tarot videos, but really expand on them. So I'm trying this out for the members of my Boo Crew. I may release these later on after a while, but I wanted these to be bonus videos for you all. And I don't know, I haven't decided yet, but I definitely want to do these videos for my members. All right, so on this video, I want to talk about signs to let you know that you are spiritually ascending. Signs that let you know that you are spiritually maturing, transitioning, like you're really starting to open up your spiritual door and do your thing. Okay, so you're not crazy or anything like that. All right, so keep these in mind. I'll probably do it's so many signs, so this will be like a part one. I'm always going to circle the block, give you all more information, give you all more guidance, but these are my starting point videos. This is actually my first video. So signs that you are spiritually maturing, let's talk about this. Spiritual ascension is not an easy feat. I'll never sit in your face and say, oh, that shit is easy, because if it was easy, everybody would be spiritually ascended. If it was easy, a lot of shit out here wouldn't be a lot of shit out here. One of the things that I've had to realize, both as a healer, a mental health professional, a person, a spiritualist, a seer, is a lot of people, they're not interested in healing. They're not interested in awakening. They're not interested in tapping into their spiritual gifts. A lot of people don't even believe in that shit. A lot of people are the masses. And one of the things that I realized, not being with the masses and not being a sheep, being my own person, is like that's what distinguishes me from the masses. They don't want to do what I do. They're not interested in this shit. They don't want to tap into this shit. All right, leave them. Okay, and I've learned to align with the people who do, and that way I'm not frustrated. That way I'm not down in the dumps. That way I'm not allowing them to suck from me. You recognize it and you keep on moving, and that's another sign that we'll talk about. So let's get into it. I've written some bullets down. And we're gonna get into it, okay? The first sign I want to talk about is how you know that you're spiritually maturing and ascending. You'll begin to start aligning with your purpose. You'll begin to understand your purpose. You'll begin to finally put the building blocks together of your soul's mission, what you're here for. You'll start to tap into your spiritual gifts. You'll start to pay attention to them, take heed to them, and also use them. Because it's one thing to know that you're spiritually gifted. I hear people say all the time, I'm intuitive, and I'll be looking at them. So, like, why are you making these fucked up decisions then? You so intuitive, nothing gets by you. You're so intuitive, can't nobody pull nothing over on you. I be seeing through. But as I look around, you're not putting none of that to use. So that's a two-step process. Okay, so that's why I say aligning with your purpose, because some people will know what their purpose is, or some people will have an awakening of their gifts, and either it'll scare them, they won't believe it, or like I said, they're just not interested. So when you start to align with your purpose, when you start to align with what you were sent here to do, when you start to feel that balance, when you start feeling that alignment, when you start feeling, that door open for you and you walking through that door, baby, that's a sign that you're spiritually maturing. You've accepted your mission, you've accepted your path, and you're walking in it. You're walking towards it, whatever that looks like. Um, I left my government job, making good money, supervisory, to walk into my path. That was a sign of me spiritually maturing. I took COVID to like really dig deep, heal, really ascend, and da 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 da, and get myself ready and prepare myself and hop into the world of astrology, the world of healing, the world of, being a seer, being a knower, being an intuitive. The world of, I have a plant-based skincare brand. Well, I had it, before I quit, but like now just taking it off. You know what I mean? Reiki. I got a Reiki. I did my Reiki classes to be a Reiki practitioner. I'm also a Reiki practitioner. I really started to align into my gifts of teaching, touching. You know what I mean? Leading the way, trailblazing the path, teaching about what I want to teach about, showing people that there's a whole different way. I really started aligning to my human design. I really started aligning to my birth chart, and started doing what I was sent here to do. And damn it, if I'm not over here set, I didn't falter, I didn't fail, because I'm walking into my alignment. So walking into your alignment, aligning with your purpose, whatever that looks like, whatever you got to leave behind, and I've never seen anybody align with their true purpose and they fail. Why would you fail if you're doing finally what you were sent here to do? So that's a sign. All right. Next, peace is very important to you. You begin to protect your peace. You begin to set boundaries. You begin to protect your spiritual gift, your aura, your energy. You don't let anybody around you. You become very discerning when it comes to what you're accepting. You become very discerning when it comes to who you're accepting. Okay, you want to live in peace. One of the biggest things that I've seen with spiritually maturing is chaos. I've never met anybody spiritually aligned, spiritually ascended that's going to entertain bullshit. They're very serious about their peace. We are very serious about our peace. You're not going to let any type of bullshit be around you. I don't give a fuck who it is. And if that means you got to separate, if that means you got to leave behind, if that means you got to cut off, so be it. Because again, you are aligning with your purpose and your path. And whatever is falling by the wayside, you let it, because you are aligning with your path and your purpose. You don't let people drain your energy. You don't let people come around you with the bullshit. You don't let people play in your face, because you know your worth. Like, are you fucking like? I really ask, are you crazy? Why would you think I would be accepting of that? Everything that you know about me and everything that you know that I know about me, why would you think that I would be accepting of that? If you don't get the fuck. All right. So your peace, you'll start to see your peace is important to you, and you'll protect it by any means necessary. You're not going to let nobody come around with that rah rah. You're not going to let anybody come around with the bullshit. You're not going to let you accept that. Like, what are we doing? You're going to ask yourself, what are we doing? Absolutely the fuck not. All right. Next, you trust the divine. You get real clear with the divine. You know that you're provided for. It's like you begin to trust the unseen, the unknown. You know that there's a higher power. You know that there's another component, especially my booze who worry. Because I'm a Virgo sun, Virgo Mercury. I be worrying. I worry. Mm-hmm. I'll overthink the hell out of something. But I started to notice that the more I begin to align, the more I begin to spiritually ascend, the more I begin to draw closer to the divine and my gifts, I stopped worrying about shit because I knew that I would be provided for. I knew everything in its time, everything when it's supposed to be. I knew that it wasn't just me driving this boat. And that's another thing. When you step into your spiritual path, you know that it's not just you. You come supported. Your ancestors don't play about you. We love to say that, right? You know. And you know what? Anything that I lack, they right over my shoulder. When I'm off track, Poppy and Mommy is keeping me focused. So let's lock it down like it's supposed to be. Okay? You know. All right? So you begin to trust the divine. And trusting the divine, means listening to your gut, listening to your intuition, listening to spirit trying to tell you something, guide you somewhere, those nudges, all of that, trusting the divine, not just to provide for you, but to lead you, especially as it relates to what people are out here telling you, this worldly shit. No, it's like you kind of have your tunnel vision and you kind of close the world out, and it's just you and the divine. It's just you and your spirit team. That's your big three. You begin to trust the divine, not what your homegirl gonna tell you, what your homeboy gonna tell you, what your mama gonna tell you, what your best friend gonna tell you, auntie gonna tell you. No, you begin to trust the divine. You begin to trust the source, your downloads, your spirit. You'll know, okay, spirit team, like when shit goes on, instead of you worry, or trying to depend or lean or this on somebody else, you bring that shit in. You go straight to the divine. Hey, this is my dilemma, this is my gripe. You go into meditation mode, you do your praying, and you know that it's going to come too. Next, you stop putting your autonomy in other people's hands. When you spiritually mature, you understand that you have a responsibility, a divine responsibility for your autonomy, because you need that to fulfill your soul's mission. So again, you're not leaning on mama, brother, sister, best friend, husband, wife, whoever. You know that this is your life to live. You know that this is your destiny to be fulfilled, not theirs. It ain't a group project. When you lay your ass back in that casket or that crematorium, whatever your plan is, they not going to be laying with you. It's you. When you transition over, when it's time for you to meet the divine and say, okay, now, before you reincarnated into the world, before you were birthed into the world, remember we met right in the same room, the same place, and we agreed what you were being sent to the earth to do. And we agreed these would be your gifts, these would be your smoke signals, and these, you see them people over there, them spirits over there, yeah, your spirit team. We agreed that you would be sent with a spirit team to help you. Now, you didn't came back to us. Let's roll that beautiful beam footage and see if you did what we set up in here and signed off to do. Your spirit team is going to look at you. Your bloodline is going to look at you, not these motherfuckers that you probably not even gonna know. People that's gonna be in and out of your life or just out of your life. No, you can't even find them. You ain't got an ad form, a handle, a Twitter handle, an Instagram handle, a phone number, address. Your spirit team gonna be looking at you. Because your life purpose is not just to push the collective forward. I especially need my melanated people to listen up. All right, my sisters and my brothers. We are also here to break generational curses. We are also here to restore our bloodline. We are also here to make shit right in our bloodline, especially things that were wrong to us. Okay, so that's another reason why we can't be out here pussyfooting. All right, because we're healing things in our bloodline. That's why we can't just be letting life pass us by. We're here to push the collective forward. We're here to heal and restore our bloodline. How are we doing that if we're letting other people steer our boat? Your family don't know them. Your bloodline don't fucking know them. Like, what I'd be like, who are these? Who? Stop putting your autonomy in other people's hands. And when you have your autonomy in your hands, it allows you to expand more. Okay? Spiritual ascension is a forever process. But how are you going to continue ascending and ascending if you got to keep asking permission first. You have to keep running yourself through the filter of other people's shortcomings, beliefs, things that don't have nothing to do with you, that you want, or what y'all think, or what y'all. Next. Also, you got to increase self awareness. Increase self awareness. You know who the fuck you are. You have, you know who you are, you know who you aren't. And when you know who you are and when you know who you aren't, can't nobody tell you who you are. And can't nobody tell you who you aren't. When you know who you are and when you know who you aren't, you embody it. You know how to act. You know how to conduct yourself. You know how to rise to that occasion. You know how to live up to that. When you have self-awareness of who you are, what your gifts are, what your magic is, what your energy is, what your purpose is. And also when you have self-awareness, you got self-awareness, you got the playbook. You got the cheat codes. Life is so much easier because you're aware of the things you were sent here to do. Your gifts, your magic, your power, your authority, your leadership, your freedom. That's a sign you spiritually maturing, and you don't let nobody tell you nothing about you. I wish a motherfucker would try to tell me something about me. You don't know me, and also, and this is self-awareness. See, I got Scorpio in my first house, so I got mystery on the person, and I'm a manifestor HD. My aura is closed. You wouldn't know dick about me until I open my aura. So the only thing you can do is guess. Also, my human design profile, I am a 5-1. The fifth line is about projector field. I live in a projector field. So a lot of times, not even a lot of times, the times that people tell me about themselves, I'm serving as a mirror for them. No, this is really how you see yourself. I'm your mirror. Okay? So it backs, if you self-awareness backs motherfuckers up off of you. Self-awareness alleviates projections. I mean, people still may project. They're going to do what they do because they got autonomy. But you having self-awareness, you're not going to absorb those projections. You're not going to believe those projections. You're not going to be affected by those projections. You're going to get them projecting ass motherfuckers the fuck out your face. Because that's what I be doing. If you block you, get you up out of my face, knowing who you are, knowing what your gifts are. Human design, birth chart. I cannot stress this enough. Know who you are. You see people spiritually and you feel people vibrationally. Again, I have Scorpio in my first house. Scorpio is known as the psychic. So when I first meet people, my first house, when I first meet people, and I'm a Virgo, I pay attention to detail. It's like I'm scanning you, like a computer. And because I have that Scorpio conjunct my ascendant, I can pick up on energy of people. I can't tell you how many times people will come up to me, "Hey Nick, nice to meet you. I heard so much about you." And I see them spiritually like, "Bitch, I don't really like you. I'm just being nice because you really haven't done anything to make me be pissed off at you that I can pinpoint, but you intimidate me. I'm not really feeling you. I can just feel it. Like it's like my psyche just juke, you know? And when I was younger, I used to get gaslit out of it a lot. Oh, you're being suspicious. Oh, you're being this, you're being that. And then a few chapters down the line, it comes out. So now on site, I go with it. On site, I'm paying attention to it. On site, I'm leaning into it. I don't just go off of people's words. I go off of their actions, how they make me feel, what my intuition tells me, what my spidey senses is telling me. Especially, again, you being aware of your gifts. That's another reason why birth chart and human design knowledge is key. And again, y'all, I do birth chart and human design analysis. I have that service for you all. You are more than welcome to book with me, but this video is about you knowing it. You don't have to book with me, and I tell y'all this too. I just want you to tap into it. It's important to know. It's important to know what your superpowers are. It's important to know You know, what energy you come into the room as. You know, how people see you, how you see yourself, how you are in relationships, you know, how you assert yourself. It's important to know all of that. But anyway, you see people spiritually. You see past the persona. You see past what they're trying to tell you. You see past what they're trying to show you and go straight to the heart. If there's one thing about me, I am very intuitive. Very much so. People have even told me, how the fuck did you know that yeah. Oh, you thought? My son doesn't lie. And like I know people are like, yeah, you saying that because that's your son. You know anything about Kingston? Kingston look you dead in your face and be like, yeah, I did it. Yeah, I said that. And it'd be like, especially like school shit, people be expecting King to backtrack. Yeah, I said that. Yeah, I did that because he had me fucked up. Oh yeah, da 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 da. And that's how it was growing up with me as his mom. He couldn't get shit by me. He could not get shit by me. And he grew up watching people not get shit by me. So we always knew, it's just better to tell my mom the truth. It's just better to be upfront. And in kind, I'm gonna do that with everybody else. He's just blatant. He'll just blurt it out. Yeah, no, or no, yeah. Now what? So yeah, you allowing yourself to feel people, scan people, pick up on their energy. A meeting isn't just a hey, how you doing? I'm so and so. Hey, how you doing? You're feeling it out. You're allowing your intuition to pick up on the shit. How do you feel? How does this person make you feel? You're tapping into your energy. That's why it's important to know your magic. That's why it's important to keep your ascension up. Because when you meet people that's low vibrational, you gonna start to feel like you sinking. Next, you become very sensitive to violence. Once upon a time, I used to be an investigative discovery girl. Once upon a time, like I I've been watching forensic psychology or forensic files. That's what it is since it was on HBO. That's how long. Forensic files started on HBO. Since I've been a little girl, elementary school. I've always been fascinated with criminology. My PhD program was forensic psychology. Criminology, forensics, fucked up world, violence, this, that. I mean, I got Pluto in my first house. I'm a Pluto Scorpio. And I have Pluto in my South Node. I'm very much so familiar with trauma, violence, strife, taboo shit, the underworld, darkness, what people don't want to talk about, just the occult, all of that. But I noticed that once I started to heal, I began to soften. Once I started to allow myself to cry and release myself of the binds that a lot of, things may have had me in, to stay strong. Because, when you're hurt, you try to stay strong. That's why a lot of people don't want to heal because their knowledge of the pain or their feelings behind the betrayal or whatever is what fuels them to stay mad. It's what fuels them to still feel powerful because I'm angry. So to give that away, no, because then I'm going to be a victim again, or no, then I'm going to be soft again. No, you're going to be soft for a reason. So you can stay and dwell in peace and harmonious energies, not so you can be a pushover. No, so you can go over to the soft life. So one thing I began to notice, like, especially after my father died, that's when I really started to heal. And I had, that's when my Saturn became mature. We always talk about Saturn returns, but hold on. Around 36, 37, 38, that's when Saturn matures. All right. And that's when my father passed away. And that's when I was like, okay, let all of this shit out. Therapy, heal, Reiki. I started to really get into holistic health, da 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 da. And the more I cried, the more I wrote shit down in my journal, purged, remembered, released, and all of that. Like I began to see, like I didn't want to watch the Law and Orders anymore. I didn't want to watch Deadly Women with my mom. I didn't want to watch Snapped on Saturdays. I was a Snapped Saturday marathon watcher. Who? I ain't going nowhere on Saturday. Okay, don't even call me. You know, violent videos, to movies. Just I don't want to watch it. My friends, my family don't send me nothing violent. Don't send me nothing crazy. I don't want to see nobody suffering. Like that's another reason I don't watch TV. And what the fuck is on the TV these days? Humiliation, suffering, fighting, trauma. Don't even worry about me. I put my little records on. Okay? Why y'all think I sing so many songs? I'm a music girl. Like I listen to music 24/7. I'm not a TV person. I was in here watching Shark Tank yesterday though, because I was doing some business planning. So I need a little motivation. A little, but I was lining myself up with that energy. Okay, and we'll talk about that in another video. But yeah, you become sensitive to violence, trauma. You don't want to hear about that. My friends and my family also know we don't spank no children in front of me. You're not even gonna discipline no kids in front of me. I don't want to see no violence. I don't want to see anything. It just like I'm just like really sensitive to it. But before, baby, I could watch somebody telling me about the Green River killer, okay, knee deep in some motherfucking food. Eating the food. Just now I can't. No, I'm gonna go. I don't want to do nothing around that. So yeah, you're really sensitive to suffering. You become very sensitive to violence. Okay. Also, fuckery and low vibes. I can't be around low vibrational people. And I know some people are like, oh, how can I say that? I cannot be around low vibrational people. That's how I can say it. With a straight face is how I can say it. Okay, as seen on TV, literally. Okay? I can't be around that and I can't be around fuckery. Low vibrational shit, you know, people having certain mindsets, people having certain ideologies and perspectives of things that are low like baby, you know what, you got it. I'm gonna leave you in that world, and because I know it's better out here, and I'm not gonna try to commit. Listen, I respect it. I respect the autonomy because everybody has autonomy. But yeah, I can't be around this. It's a lot of shit I will refuse to be around. Family, friends, foe, ho. And you think I'm too good? I do. Yeah, I do. And that's another thing with the straight face that Kingston gets from me. And if you've been around me, you know me at a conversation, a straight face. Yeah, I do. Now what? I'm quick to be it. Now what? Next, you regulate your emotions. This goes back to you having autonomy of yourself and you having self-awareness. Another sign that you are spiritually maturing, you don't allow your triggers to control you because you control your triggers. This goes back to being self-aware. What are your triggers? And you learn that when you heal. And a lot of times when we're triggered, we don't never see this as an opportunity. Okay, so our trigger, okay, so this has been revealed to me. Okay, I kind of got a bit triggered by that or whatever. And instead of me, being mad or being sad and, oh my God, it's okay, Nichole. This is something about us that has been identified that clearly we're not over, or clearly there's a root issue to it. Okay, you see everything as an opportunity to teach you something or heal. You don't take shit personal. Okay, you also don't internalize other people's shit. You know that your feelings are yours. Can't nobody make you feel anyway. People can do things to you, but it's up to you how you internalize that. It's up to you how you take that and regurgitate that back out. Or if you just gonna let it sink in and fuck you over, and no, you regulate your emotions. You don't let nobody get under your skin. You don't let nobody or nothing trigger you. And if you do, okay, now thank you for bringing that to my attention. Or okay, we know that we have some work to do, and then you go work to do it. Because I'm gonna tell you something. My mother used to tell me, especially like I would come home, bitches used to be hating, and they used to be hating for real. And another thing with me having Scorpio in my first house, and also I'm a Libra rising, so I'm charming. The Libra part of me, I'm charming, I'm funny, elegant, soft, beautiful. My mom always dressed me nice. I always had the finer things and stuff. but also I also had Scorpio conjunct my Libra ascendant, so I was mysterious. I was intimidating. People couldn't figure me out, especially as a kid. So like I had those two things. Very likable, charming, and hey y'all. But also sometimes I wasn't a hey y'all. I just want to come in and I'm quiet. I'm not bothering nobody. I'm doing my own thing. And when you're not bothering nobody, that's when motherfuckers be bothered. And I used to be like, why do people, single me out? Why do people think that I'm all that? Or, do you know how shit is when you grow up? And my mother told me one day, she was like, look, Nichole, you gonna need to learn how to deal with this shit now. I think I was in third grade, fourth grade. You gonna need to learn how to deal with this shit. And I guess she was tired of me bringing the shit to her every year. She was like, I'm gonna tell you something about these hoes. She said the faces change, but the names will always remain the same. If you want to get out of this classroom because of these girls, or you want to switch schools because of this group, or what, that was never me. But I'm just saying, just for intents and purpose of this thing here, I can do that, but you're going to meet them again in another body. So why don't you just fix, or why don't you just identify what it is about you that makes you give a fuck? Like for real. And know what it is. See what it's coming from. Okay? And keep it moving. And that's what the fuck I did. So now, before being triggered, when people, she thinks she did, she da da da, or people, this, that, and the third, especially off a first meeting, now I'm used to it. I'm not triggered by it. I have self-awareness. I can regulate my emotions where I'm not feeling, oh my God, mom, I don't want to be too much. Are they not going to like me? And they're going to think that I'm too this, or I'm overdressed, or I'm da 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 da. I walk up in a room now, and it's whatever. All right. So regulate your emotions and don't take shit personal. That's another thing. Just like you regulate your shit and you don't let nobody put their shit on you, and you control your triggers, because your triggers are your responsibilities. Your feelings are your responsibilities. Can't nobody make you feel anyway. You take on that job. You invite that bullshit in. Because you can always close the fucking door and tell them, you can get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, because you're self-aware. You know who you are, you know who you aren't, you know what you'll accept, and you know what you're not accepting of. But also not taking shit personally. One of the biggest things that I can say, especially as a social media, I don't like the word influencer, but somebody who has a big social media following and shit like that. And remember, I am a fifth line, I'm a 5-1 manifestor in HD, and the fifth line is about living in the projector field and knowing that I am always going to be projected upon. I can motherfucking go on my page right now and say, good morning, everybody. And somebody's going to say, it's afternoon where I am. It's the evening over here in Pakistan, or something like that. Like now, am I gonna curse that motherfucking person out? Am I gonna da da da? Well, over here where I am is more. I don't take shit personal, because for one thing, I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't take things personal when I'm out and I see people being nasty, mean, surly, especially unnecessarily, being very um hostile and shit like that, and I know that I have not done shit to them. I don't entertain. I don't do any of that. My assistant was on the train last week, and one of the workers on the train was really nasty to her, like so much. She called me. She was upset, and she's telling me about it. And she was like, "Yeah, what the hell was that about? Da 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 da." And she keeps, coming over here and da 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 da. And I said, "Why are you internalizing that? Why are you taking that personal? Clearly, she didn't come there to work today." And that's another thing I'll tell somebody, especially if I'm in a store and somebody being that, "Oh, well, you clearly didn't come here to work today, so I'm gonna leave you alone." Or clearly you going through some shit, and people don't like when you tell them that. Clearly you going through some shit, especially when my spidey senses pick. Yeah, you going through some shit, sis. So I'm gonna leave you alone. But I told my assistant, I said, instead of you wanting to argue with her, instead of you wanting to go back and forth with her, instead of you taking in all of that shit, ask her name. And she said, what? I said, ask her name. Everybody has a boss. That's another thing I've learned. Ask her name, and she'll know where you're going with that. So while I was on the phone with her, she was like, hold on. And she walked up to her and she was like, excuse me, what is your name? And the girl said her name, or whatever. And when my assistant went to walk off, she, well, what do you, I said, keep walking. Now you take that name and I need you to dop, 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 dop. By the time my assistant got to where the fuck she was going, Honey Dip had a whole different attitude. Whole different. And my assistant had a different attitude because, first of all, now the girl didn't back up. Second of all, now you got a game plan about what you gonna do, so you're not internalizing that. And third of all, you didn't talk to me about it. And I didn't, girl, if you don't let that shit fall off your back and this is what you gonna do, so now it's back in homegirl's field because my assistant said she was real. She had the conductor come and ask my assistant, is everything all right? You don't get your 2-for-1 BOGO ass about a my face too, coming over, is everything, don't you worry about it. So regulate your emotions and don't take shit personal. You people be going through whole ass wars that don't got shit to do with you. And that's another reason why seeing people spiritually and feeling people vibrationally is another thing, because you'll know, oh yeah, you, like I said, you going through some shit. Oh, I'll tell you too, oh, life kicking your ass. Life kicking the shit out your ass. So yeah, I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna let you have it, sis. Or I'm gonna let you have it, bruh. Because I ain't did shit to you. Leave him right there. I don't take no invites to pity parties, strangers or friends, family. I don't want no invite. I'm not RSVPing shit. Next, give thanks. Have gratitude. Okay, especially how far you've come. Even if you're not where you're supposed to be, have gratitude. Nobody is going to gift a ungrateful person. Have you been giving your spirit team or whatever your belief structure is gratitude for how far they brought you? Or are you just giving them demands? Or are you just criticizing them because you're not where you need to be or you're not where you want to be? And are you giving thanks? Are you putting a little something on the altar for them? Are you lighting a candle for them, burning some ancestor money for them, putting a little food down? Are we giving gratitude, waking up in the morning? Thank you, ancestors and spirit team, for waking me up this morning. Please guide my feet, guide my day, allow me to have a good day today. I am drawing in, I am manifesting a positive day today. Thank you in advance for making sure that it's done. Or are you just if you're not in a thankful spirit, you're not going to have shit to be thankful for coming in on you. Okay? So give thanks, give reverence. Next, signs that you are spiritually maturing. You begin to see the connection of all living things. How beautiful nature is. You begin to have an appreciation for nature. Animals. I mean, that don't mean you gotta go and adopt you 2, 3, 4, 5 animals, or not nothing. You don't even have to be an animal owner, a pet owner. Just you see the appreciation, you see the connection in all things. You see the awe in all things. Like when I see butterflies, the moon. That was another thing. Like when I started giving a fuck about the moon, I want to go see the moon. I'm looking, oh my God, look at the moon. It's illuminating. Oh my God, like mystical shit. You have an appreciation. You have a wonder for nature. You see creeks, you see water, like, wow, the divine made this. This is crazy. You begin to have wonder and awe about the whole living world. One thing with me, like when I see animals, squirrels darting, I'm not hitting nothing. All life is precious. I'm like Morgan on Walking Dead. All life is precious. If y'all watch Walking Dead, y'all know what I'm talking about. No, all life is precious. I can't kill that person. I can't kill that animal. All life is precious. You begin to have an appreciation for the way the spiritual world connects with the nature world, connects with the animal world, connects with the human world. Okay, you start seeing them intertwine with each other. You start to see life. You start to see your experience in a multifaceted forum. Now I'm just waking up every day and going to work. I'm just waking up every day and da 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 da. No, you begin to surrender to the awe and wonder, of the universe, of the nature of the world. All right. Also, and I said that you don't take shit personally, especially other people's shit. You let people rock on with their stuff. You don't let people unpack or unload their shit on you. Like I said, I tell people, okay, you're having a bad day today. Oh, okay, yeah, this ain't about me. I ain't did shit to you, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you sit in this, let you stew in this, continue to stew in these juices. I'm not interested. All right, you remove yourself. Like when people spaz out, I don't want to say spaz. When people kirk off, when people, act a fool, instead of you thinking it's you, or unless it is you, but I'm talking about if you ain't done nothing, you thinking it's you, you internalize. I don't take that personal, and you remove yourself. Okay, you keep it moving. All right. So I think that this is all I have. This is part one. I'll bring back more parts of signs that you are spiritually maturing. All right. If you have these signs, I don't care if all of them, some of them, half of them, whatever, I commend you. And I want to tell you to continue to move forward and continue to move on. It's a walk, it's a process. We don't get here overnight. Your time is your time. You're surrendering to your divine timing. All right. Continue down your road. I'm very proud of you. All right. So I'm going to leave it here. All right. I want you to keep your head up and your bread up. Y'all already know I want y'all to keep these hoes fed up so they can shut the fuck up. All right. I am your girl, a.Nichole. This is your bonus video, boo crew. All right. And I'll catch you all on the next one. All right. Bye bye.